Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am Afshin Fatima. I welcome you all to Glassgow'S 26th Summit.
I am Mohammad Faisal. I am from the Great Britain.
I am Muzammil Ahmed Khan. I originate from Africa.
I am Muhammad. I am from India.
I am Eliza from India.
I am Aisha from China.
What will you say about Glasgow? How do you feel in the city?
First of all, I'd like to thank you all for forcing me to come to Glasgow. When I walked the streets of cities like this, Glasgow was the UK's second most important city. Beautiful buildings, beautiful roads, gorgeous city.
Well, it was crushed, of course. When I see cities like Glasgow, I also think about the other side of it. There's a phrase from Walter Benjamin. Every monument of civilization is also a monument of barbarism.
So over to you, Mohammed. Many of us say we are fighting the same fight. Will this fight ever end?
I do agree with my Chinese and the Indian sisters. The famine in Bengal, the jute workers in Bengal sending jutes to Dundee through Glasgow port. I think of the human beings from Africa enslaved and bought from Ghana to the New World. And all those profits getting sucked into cities like London and Glasgow between 1765 and 1938. The Britishites stole 45 trillion sterling dollars from us.
And we never got paid for that.
Exactly. When we threw the Britishers out, our literacy rate was 13%. That's too much for several hundred years of civilization. Meanwhile, our landscapes were destroyed and coal was foisted on us.
Sorry to interrupt, but the British was foisted coal on us. They were the ones who came and made us coal dependent. And then they left. And now you dare to condescend to us? When I listen to Boris Johnson, when I listen to people like Joe Biden, when I listen to even more Emmanuel Macron, all I can think is of how condescending you are. You're doing your job from past 400 years and it is still in continuation. You only know condescension because for you, colonialism isn't something that happened in the past and we defeated it. For you, colonialism is a permanent condition and it happens in two ways. Being a colonial mentality, you want to lecture us that we are responsible for all the problem because you never accept that you are the one principally to be blamed. You signed a Rio Formula in 1992. We are all in this together? No, we're not in this together. The US, 4 or 5 of world's population, still uses 25% of world's resources. You outsource the production of China and say China is the carbon polluter?
I strongly agree. We are producing the buckets. We are producing the nuts and bolts. We are producing the phones. What I say is, try to produce it in your own country and see the rise in carbon emission.
Sister Aliza, what is your opinion on this?
The land is money. The land is our money. Every time the International Monetary Fund comes to society and they say, here it is. We are giving you. No, it's our money. You're giving us back our money as debt and you're teaching us how to live.
I have a strong affirmation, sister. It's not just about colonial mentality. It's about colonial structures and institutions reproduce themselves year after year. People say, we are worried about the future. What future? What future? People in the African continent, in Asia, in Latin America, they don't have a future. They don't have a present. They are not worried about the future. They are worried about the present. You got to be worried about now. 2.7 billion people can't eat now. And you are saying people, reduce your consumption? How does this sound to a child who has not eaten in days? What's your opinion on this?
I agree with my Indian brother as he said earlier that India had a literacy rate of 13% when the Britishers left India. And today, if you see the education system, if you see the propaganda and how it works, if you see those unnecessary promotions, lack of consequence, lack of grasping, and lack of understanding power, you'll see that India is going back to the same pace of illiteracy. It's going to that 13%. So what is our responsibility? What is our responsibility now? We should educate ourselves. We must impart knowledge. We must teach every individual to learn in order to gain knowledge and not to write exams. You see the situation anymore in India? The schools are closed, but the pubs, the wedding halls, the stadiums, the cinemas, all the other things are open. Now, it's up to you. The rope is in your hand, whether you're going to hold it or leave it. Jazakallah khair.